Let's get right into it. Number 8. Freeze, baby, freeze. Picture this. You're hiking in the woods, the birds are singing, your Spotify playlist is blasting in one earbud, and suddenly you see a bear. Your rational brain screaming run. But guess what your ancient survival wiring might do instead? Absolutely nothing. Yep, you stand there, frozen like a human popsicle sprinkled with fear sweat. This is the infamous freeze response. It's your nervous system's clumsy last-ditch attempt to save your butt when fight or flight feels hopeless. Animals do it all the time. Rabbits will literally flop over and play dead when caught. It's called tonic immobility. For humans, though, it's way more awkward. You basically become an all-you-can-eat buffet for your worst nightmare because your brain thinks staying perfectly still will make you invisible, like you're a giant toddler playing hide-and-seek. If I don't move, the bear won't see me. Freeze happens because of an ancient circuit in your brain, the amygdala, that can hijack your entire body in milliseconds. The idea is, predators are more interested in things that move, so evolution gave you an auto-pause button. The problem is, freezing doesn't work so well in modern life. It's why you might clam up in a job interview, or just stand there like a confused garden gnome when your friend's cat claws its way up your back. So, next time you find yourself awkwardly frozen in terror, just remember, you're channeling your inner fainting goat. Good luck with that.
Number 7. Panic drowning. Here's a disturbing little tidbit they don't teach you at pool parties. When people start drowning, their so-called survival instincts often betray them completely. Instead of waving dramatically and screaming for help like in the movies, drowning people usually can't shout at all. They go eerily quiet, all because your larynx clamps shut to keep water out of your lungs. Your brain, in its infinite wisdom, goes full autopilot, flailing your arms sideways, pushing down on the water to lift your mouth just enough to gasp air before you slip under again. This primitive motor reflex is called the instinctive drowning response. It's about as graceful as a drunk octopus. If you ever see someone looking weirdly upright, glassy-eyed, and silent in the water, they're probably drowning. Fun. Basically, your body forgets how to yell for help because it's too busy doing the bare minimum to keep you from inhaling half the pool. And once you exhaust your flailing reflex, lights out. So next time you imagine drowning as some dramatic thrashing scene, no, it's more like a quiet robotic meltdown while your survival reflex tries and fails to keep you afloat. Sweet dreams about the beach tonight.
Number 6. The fainting game. Imagine this. You're standing in front of a huge crowd about to give a speech. Your heart's racing, your palms are sweating like they're auditioning for a sauna ad, and then, bam, you faint. Lights out. Your brain just pulled the plug on your entire operating system. Why? Because your ancient wiring still thinks you're a gazelle about to get mauled by a lion, not just Karen from accounting staring at you with dead eyes. This is called vasovagal syncope, which is a fancy way of saying your survival system gets so overwhelmed that it tanks your blood pressure and heart rate. To protect you. How helpful. Here's the twisted logic. When you see blood or feel intense fear, your body sometimes decides, hey, if I collapse, maybe the scary thing will think I'm dead and leave me alone. So your vagus nerve slams the brakes, blood drains from your brain, and down you go. This also explains why some people faint at the sight of needles. It's not drama, it's bad software left over from a time when playing dead worked a little better than screaming and running. So if you've ever blacked out before your big moment, just remember, your survival reflex was trying to help by turning you into an unconscious puddle on the floor. Great job, evolution!
Number 5. Tunnel vision. Ever found yourself in a situation so stressful that the entire world shrinks down to one tiny, terrifying detail? Maybe you almost crashed your car, or you got chased by a stray dog with rabies-level vibes. Your eyes widened, but somehow your actual field of vision narrowed to a single shaky point. This is tunnel vision, and it's your body's helpful trick for survival. Or at least it used to be helpful. When your fight-or-flight system kicks in, your pupils dilate to let in more light, but your brain hyper-focuses on the immediate threat. It's the same reason a gazelle's eyes go wide when it spots a lion. The body prioritizes tracking the danger instead of wasting energy on the scenery. Sounds smart, right? Except in real life, it's mostly a recipe for stupid mistakes. You miss the exit sign while driving 90 miles per hour. You fixate on one attacker while ignoring the other sneaking up behind you. Your depth perception takes a nap when you need it most. Basically, your eyes turn into single-issue drama queens under pressure. So next time you think you'd stay sharp in a crisis, remember, your survival reflex will probably turn your vision into a horror movie spotlight and leave you blind to everything else.
Number 4. Pain shutdown. Okay, so your leg is broken in 3 places, your ankle's pointing the wrong way like it's waving hello, and you're just walking around. How? Well, meet your body's lovely habit of flipping the off switch on pain, just when you actually need it to scream, "Hey dummy, stop moving!" This is called stress-induced analgesia, and it's your body's desperate attempt to let you escape immediate danger before you deal with the agony. Soldiers in battle zones, athletes with horrific injuries, even people in car crashes, they'll swear they didn't feel a thing until they were safe. Your brain does this with a flood of endorphins, basically nature's version of free morphine. Adrenaline cranks up, your body numbs the pain, and you suddenly feel like an unkillable action hero. It sounds heroic until you realize you're making your injuries worse because you can't feel how messed up you are. And don't think you'd be the exception. This reflex is ancient. Our ancestors who couldn't hobble away from a predator with a snapped femur, they didn't stick around long enough to pass on their genes. So you get to inherit the walk it off setting, and a nasty surprise when the adrenaline runs out. So yeah, your body's version of tough love. Run now, scream later.
Number 3. Disaster pee. Yep, it's exactly what it sounds like. You're minding your own business, something terrifying happens, and suddenly you have to pee. Or worse, you do pee. Right there. Congratulations, your bladder just rage quit. This little gem comes courtesy of your fight-or-flight response, the one that floods your system with stress hormones to prep for danger. One side effect? Your parasympathetic nervous system sometimes hits the eject button on your bladder or bowels to lighten your load for the big escape. In the animal kingdom, this can even confuse predators. Humans, not so majestic. No lion is going to run away because you peed yourself during a mugging, but your ancient wiring didn't get the memo. It's the same reason why stage fright sometimes hits your stomach like a sledgehammer. Your digestive system slams the brakes on unnecessary functions. Nothing says peak performance like a sudden urge to poop before your big TED Talk, right? So if you ever wondered why fear makes your bladder a traitor, blame your caveman ancestors. They literally crapped themselves so you could be here today.
Number 2. Fire hands. Picture this. You touch something scalding hot, a stove burner, a curling iron, that one metal slide on a playground that turns into the sun every summer, and before you even realize what's happening, your hand snaps back like it's got a mind of its own. This is your withdrawal reflex, and it's your body's fastest, laziest form of self-defense. Here's the kicker. This reflex skips your brain's thinking part entirely. The pain signal jumps from your skin to your spinal cord and right back to your muscles. No waiting for your big, fancy cerebral cortex to weigh in with, maybe move your hand. It's genius in its simplicity, except when it isn't. Ever spilled boiling coffee on yourself because you flinched too violently? Or bashed your elbow into the wall trying to dodge a hot pan? Yeah, your survival reflex is strong, but about as precise as a toddler on a sugar high.
Ironically, it also shows how little your thinking brain is in charge sometimes. The same instant recoil that saves your skin can also send you tumbling down the stairs because your nervous system is just mashing the panic button. So the next time you burn your toast or your fingertips, remember, your reflexes love you, they're just terrible at finesse.
Number 1. Breath-holding deathmatch. Here's a fun fact for your next pool party. Your body has a whole meltdown when it thinks you're drowning, even if you're not. It's why kids faint when they play Who Can Hold Their Breath the Longest in the deep end. Your mammalian dive reflex is this weird leftover from our semi-aquatic ancestors. When your face hits cold water, your heart rate drops, your blood vessels constrict, and blood gets shunted to your brain and heart to keep you alive. Pretty cool, right? Except your survival reflex also tries to keep you from inhaling water at all costs. Your throat muscles tighten up so hard, you can literally pass out from lack of oxygen before you ever breathe in water. It's called shallow water blackout, and it's how daredevils who free dive sometimes die, not from the ocean, but from their own biology. So yeah, your ancient hardware wants to keep you from drowning, but sometimes it's the very thing that knocks you out underwater. Nature's like, hey, you like swimming? Here's a bonus round, sudden unconsciousness. Another reason to never bet your life on one more second. That's all for today. I'll be making similar videos in the future. Subscribe to see them.